This week's exercise is a rock bass line that's played with the pick. Let's take a look at how to play it. So, like many of the plectrum-based exercises that we've looked at in this series of videos, this one is also based on a continuous semiquaver feel, and that means it's going to be a really good workout for your picking technique. This time we're also using the E Dorian mode. So on the first beat of bar 1, we're going to play 4 notes. We're going to play 2 open E strings and then 2 octave E's at the 2nd fret of the D string. Moving on to the second beat of the bar, we're going to stay on the D string, we're going to play 2 ghost notes and then 2 further E's. Okay, so beats 1 and 2 are going to sound like this. And remember, because we're playing continuous semiquavers, you should be going through a down, up picking motion with your picking hand. Okay, that brings us on to the third beat of the bar. We're onto the A string now, and we're going to play 2 ghost notes, and then we're going to play a hammer on from B to C sharp. That's the 2nd and 4th frets on the A string. I recommend that you use your 1st and 3rd fingers to fret those notes. And that brings us on to the 4th beat of the bar, where we're going to play 2 Ds at the 5th fret, and you can fret that note with your 4th finger because it's been nicely set up. So 2 Ds, and then we're going to play 2 ghost notes on the A string. Okay, so bar 1 in its entirety is going to sound like this. And again. Okay, so moving on to the second bar, this is almost exactly the same as bar 1. The only small change that we're going to make is on the 4th beat of the bar, we're just going to play a single D, and that's going to be a crotchet, so that can ring for the full beat. So slightly simpler in the second bar. Now in bar 3, this is almost identical to bar 1, but we're going to make one small change, and that change is going to be in the 4th beat of the bar. So we're going to play those 2 Ds just as we did before, and we're also going to follow those Ds with ghost notes, but this time we're going to move those ghost notes onto the D string rather than playing them on the A string. So in terms of the harmonic content, it's identical to bar 1. We're just shifting those last 2 ghost notes to the D string, and that's just being done to set up the line that we play in the 4th bar. So moving on to the 4th bar then, we're going to play on the first beat, we're going to play 4 notes, 2 Gs, 5th fret of the D string, F sharp at the 4th fret, and then down to the E at the 2nd fret. So fingers 4, 3 and 1, I recommend there. You can use the finger per fret system. For the second beat of the bar, we move onto the A string and play 2 ghost notes, and then that hammer on from B to C sharp. And again, use your 1st and 3rd fingers for those notes. That brings us on to the 3rd beat, and we're going to play the same phrase that we had on the first beat of the bar, but moved down onto the A string. So 2 Ds, C sharp and B. And that brings us to the 4th and final beat of the bar, where we're just going to play 2 ghost notes on the A string, and then we play the open A string and hammer on to the B. And at that point the line repeats. Okay guys, I hope you've enjoyed the latest instalment in my Bass Lick of the Week series. Don't forget that as usual you can download the PDF worksheet and backing track by clicking on the link below, and as ever please do let me know your thoughts in the comments box. I'll see you next week for another bass groove.